I've I saw something on a video on YouTube from Star Wars Theories that prompted me to go ahead and make this video. Uh, First off, I'm gonna have to apologize. This is just me in my car. Um, I've been trying to get friends to kind of help me with my channel for years now, and I've got equipment. I just don't know how to work it, but so please excuse my lack of camera savvy and that for making me have to do this like this. But hopefully YouTube will be forgiving, since a lot of the first videos I loved on YouTube started off like this. But anyway, like I said, Star Wars Theory, or Star Wars Sabers, whatever he wants to call himself now, because he's obviously become an institution by now. The video that I'm responding sort of to is something to the effect of, "We won," and it was in reference to the Acolyte getting canceled. And I just want to say, I can understand some of the hate that some of the latter-day movies get by inserting agenda that some people say they don't like, or taking liberties with things, adaptations like the comics to movies, because they're not exactly like the way the comic books are. In my time, I guess, on Spaceship Earth, Sol 3, Terra, I've come to realize that sometimes as fans we take ownerships of things that we do love. And sometimes the people that make those things are gracious enough to let us in. And just like most house guests that take to mind when a person says, "Oh, make yourselves at home," we do just that. And we get a little overcomfortable. And we start what started being a haven in heaven, we take for granted. And we start thinking that we run the place and we call the shots. I just want to say that I like the Acolyte. There's a few things that I guess that like woke is a bad word. I remember when woke, when it first came out, it meant someone who wasn't asleep, that saw the agenda, that took the red pill instead of the blue pill. Now, certain people have used that and twisted it to mean something a little bit, I guess, if being a bigot and being closed-minded to change was one side of a pendulum, I'm guessing woke is like the opposite extreme side now. And there's a lot of hate towards change now and interpretations. And there's people that think that they know what's best for the franchise because they're true fans. Well, I'm just a fan, okay? I've been a fan for years. And I like the Acolyte. I thought it was interesting. When I see something that has a new twist or reveals things that are different from the canon that I've been introduced to, I don't care whose hands it is. Rather than saying, "Oh, Jesus, this is something that's completely different from what I've encountered before. This can't be Star Wars, or this can't be X-Men." Rather than look at it like that, I think, wow, look what was just revealed that I didn't know. Because guess what? We're the audience. Now, if you don't like that reveal, you got a right. You got a right. But I just think it's really dangerous when we become so shortcutted mindedly that if something even smells like it's woke, or it's different from what we're accustomed to, we don't even give it a chance. I was looking at YouTube videos on the first episode that they were already calling the whole series garbage. They had already made up their mind. There was nothing that could have happened, except, I guess, maybe the twins putting on tassels and pulling the end scene of Elvira's Mistress of the Dark. Maybe that would have like turned people's ideas around. I mean, but there was nothing. You guys had made up your minds. It was kind of like Wonder Woman 1984. Great movie. You know. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, the lead is a woman, and she's a strong woman, and she's got superpowers, and some could say they rival the Man of Steel. I don't know where they got that. Definitely not the comic, right? But anyway, Star Wars Theory, or Star Wars Sabers, whatever you want to call yourself. Bruh. We're the fans. We can have an opinion of things, but we don't call the shots, okay? We speak with our pocketbooks, and I know you like to think it's a democracy. We should, because like you said, I wish we all had the power to just green light or just cancel things with it. You start acting like that, you start not giving things a chance. You start just doing like I've seen so many of you guys do. Off the first and second episode, you've made up your mind. Another piece of cinema. Well written. She-Hulk. Do I agree with the actresses that they chose for the roles? No. Did I think it was interesting? Yeah. Do I like all the storyline behind it? No. But it was interesting. It was a lot like Volume 2, She-Hulk, where, you know, they were trying to get away from that thing. They didn't want her to just be a female version of the Hulk. You know, she's a fourth wall breaking kind of funny person. You know, like Howard the Duck back in the day, and now Deadpool. But I guess that's too much, right? We forgot about She-Hulk then, huh? I guess that's just Deadpool's thing. We just give that to him. By the way, great job, Deadpool Wolverine. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We didn't give it a chance, guys. And in a way, I think some of us have become bigots to change. We don't give things a chance. And we think that if there's, you know, if things go just slightly askew, or what we conceive is slightly askew, that there's an agenda. Well, let's all remember that science fiction is one of those genres where there's usually an agenda behind it. It's like wishes for the future. Gene Roddenberry, he had an agenda for people getting together. Lucille Ball shared it. Godmother of sci-fi television, right? You know, Lucas, he probably had an agenda. And agenda sounds so bad. How about, like, let's just say what it is. A vision. And I think some of the best visions are so good we want to come along for the ride. But we're along for the ride, people. We don't call the shot. We don't tell the conductor when to get on and get off. I mean, you know, you want to do that, you know, I guess ride a bus and, you know, pull the thing, you know, when it's your stop and you get off. But we don't call the destinations. We can get off whenever we want. But we should at least, if we're going to get on and off, we should at least have some ability to have an open mind and know what we're canceling before it's even, before we cancel it. See what the full thing is. See what the vision is. See the full vision before we say it's garbage. I hope they bring back the Acolyte. I, for one, thought it was very interesting. That was the first time I ever saw them introducing that whole sort of, I could say new, but it's been canon for so long, it's not new anymore. Time flies. The whole idea of bleeding crystals. I want to see it. I want to see where they're going with it. I mean, this looks like this is going to be, it ended like, what's this? Sith, Bonnie, and Clyde. Who knows? I want to see what happens. Just like I wanted to see what happened with She-Hulk. How are they going to do Volume 2? What's going to happen with Wong and, what's her name? With the Y, but not what you think. So many questions. And you guys just shut your minds, open your mouths, and you ruined it. We're never going to know what happened. Maybe. I don't know. It's just a thought. We're the guests. Let's be guests again. Let's see how things go. If we don't like a visit, we leave. And we come back and visit maybe later. But this whole shutting stuff down and on the other side canceling stuff because we don't particularly like it, but other people do. Come on, guys. Let's be better. Let's be better fans. Let's be better sci-fi enthusiasts, sci-fi fantasy. Let's go back to thinking and exploring with our minds and seeing where the ride takes us before we call it off, before we scream fire, so that the whole plane has to stop and let everyone off, and we don't get to where we're going, or we don't even get to see the view. Let's be better, guys.